do the thing.
Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Welcome back to the game room, where in this room we've spent the last week looking for adhesive. Well, most of us.
I don't know. What do you mean?
I spent way too much time building up Sanctuary.
Oh, yeah?
Adhesive.
Oh, it's Fallout 4 related.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm the odd man out.
Ryan doesn't know anything about that.
This is the same guy that
couldn't.
couldn't find our own video podcast.
Dang.
Facebook.com/InTheGameRoom/HTTP/
What?
Angelfire.
Nice almost.
Angels.
plug.
.org.
Something's wrong with you.
.edu. .gov.
www.sh.org.
But in all seriousness, this is a podcast where we talk about the news, and we usually have a discussion piece, but that's gone to the wayside now. Now we just do the news, and we do like a little bit of a segment on each piece, a little bit, we talk about it, and then we have a little bit of a personal, like, I don't know, like, what's your favorite Sega game, or what's your favorite open world RPG, or
That thing that Toonami stole from us?
Yeah! What the fuck, Toonami?
I'll take a shot.
Take a shot.
Not you.
But today will be a little bit different, and I'm not going to tell you what we're doing. It'll be a little bit of a surprise, and Patman will take it when I throw it to him, and that is a giggity.
Nice.
So we're going to talk a little bit about PS2 on PS4, then we're going to talk a little bit about the review roundups for Battlefront, because, well, it is in possession. It's still in a plastic because Fallout 4.
I haven't got to it. It's
Just Fallout 4. Jinx.
Valkyria Chronicles, Super Famicom, 25 years, and Deus Ex we're going to get into a little bit. So I'll kick us off. The PS2 on PS4. Gentlemen, are there any particular PS2 games that you'd want to see on PS4? Because Sony's asking on Twitter.
Deus Ex.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, actually.
Why not?
Not PS2.
I never
Yeah.
actually played Shadow of the Colossus, and I
You
forgot
stole
what
my
good
answer,
thing
you
about
bitch.
it.
Oh, that's a good one, though.
Actually, Pat, you and I, Dragon Force.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god. That'd be ridiculous.
Check
That'd be ridiculous.
But it would be amazing.
that
I
mark.
have to translate it.
Right.
Any Ace Combat?
No one has, like, said it, man.
Who has-
Oh, I thought it was a question?
No. Any Ace
Sorry.
Combat.
Any Ace
I
Combat.
thought,
Any
cause
Ace
on
Combat
the-
Ace too.
They asked on the Twitters. I thought you were asking me if anyone responded with Ace Combat.
I'll shut that up right now.
Someone's
There you go,
I'm
yeah.
gonna sign on to Twitter.
If not, do that right the fuck now.
Yeah.
At PlayStation.
As someone who'd never really played PlayStation 2, I don't really have a recommendation
See, I'm the
for
same way,
games
like, I
that I
don't
want to
really-
see on PlayStation 4.
You know, it is what it is. I had a PS2. I don't have any PS2 specific games in mind that were just on PS2.
I guess you could say maybe God of War?
Final Fantasy X? 10-2?
Yeah. No?
No.
Oh, by the way, this has been released anyway.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know.
In superior fashion.
Well, yeah.
If
GTA 3. The biggie.
the biggie.
The biggie.
So, Crisco, for you in particular, what are your thoughts on this? Because you kind of had beef with the backwards compatibility with Microsoft and what they were doing and whatnot. Do you think more PS2 games should have been playable on the PS4 in terms of either on their online media, or help me, Jesus,
Emulation?
Yeah, the PlayStation Store?
Yeah, kind of like available on the PlayStation Store.
That's been an ongoing gripe for me since the PS3 came out.
Okay,
Because they have like PS1 and PS2 classics,
sure.
which are no shit, just downloadable versions of old games.
Yeah,
And I'm not sure how exactly they're planning to run this because they say it's a PS2 emulator.
yes.
Is that to say that it's an emulator in the sense of you put a PS2 disc in it and it runs as though you would put it in a PS2, or is it no shit? You have to get the software downloaded of like an ISO file of the game along with this emulator.
That'd be a pretty damn big file.
To me, it just sounds like it's the Virtual Console on PlayStation. Just you digitally download.
Which is why I'm not certain why they're making such a big deal out of this, because like I said, they already have PS2 classics on the PS3. Is this just them going, oh well, look what we're doing for the PS4? The same fucking thing we did on the PS3.
Well,
Or
some people
is
have
it
a
something
PS4 or a PS3, so this would be their option to play some of those older games, or they don't own the original copies.
Well, that's the thing. You can download digital versions of these on the PS3 marketplace or PlayStation Store, whatever. So it's not an entirely new concept. It's not like...
No, not by a long shot.
And that's why I'm curious if by emulator do they mean no shit put an old CD into the console or not. If not, it's nothing new.
Like the Wii U, you can play Wii games on. It's technically an emulation, but you still stick the Wii disc in there.
Right.
You know, one time I got a regular old school Nintendo game to work on the Wii. I just crammed that cartridge in there as hard as I could.
Wow.
And it worked.
And it
Wow.
ran just fine, huh?
Great.
Yeah,
That's
no
impressive,
problems.
yeah.
No problems at all.
You're a fucking liar.
True story.
What game was it?
It was Smash Brothers.
For the
Oh,
NES.
I forgot there was a Nintendo NES version of that.
Yeah, exactly. I hit the
And
only
you destroyed the only copy of it.
The only copy.
I went and got it on my hoverboard.
Ah, gotcha. Right.
So
Thanks, Marty.
Fucking liar.
moving along, talking about Battlefront now. So again, we didn't actually get a chance to play it.
My copy is still sitting right here on the table, just wrapped up still.
Hey, I got a quick question. What do you
Yeah.
think, at the end of the day, what's going to sell more, Fallout 4 or Battlefront?
Fallout 4.
Yeah.
Even with all the Star Wars hype out there?
They've already sold 7,750,000. I don't remember the exact number.
The number was $750 million
That was
in revenue and 12 million shipped.
Yeah.
I haven't seen sales numbers from
That was
Star
just
Wars
on
yet.
day one for Fallout.
All right, well.
Which, if you're shipping 12 million on day one, you're going to sell just ridiculous numbers. And it's a Bethesda game. Like, it's had tons of hype being a new Fallout game and being the first really next gen Fallout game.
The other thing it's got going for it too is it's going to release like a game of the year or a like ultimate edition.
Absolutely.
When
Sure.
they get all the DLCs that come out, they'll package it all together like they've done every other
Yep.
Bethesda game.
Gotcha.
And then that'll be on every console and that'll be available for like $30 and that'll move a ton of units too.
Yeah.
I predicted on this show 15 million
Ooh,
shipped, 15
prediction.
million units sold, and I was way low. Way low.
So on that game that is doing very well in the marketplace, here's a quick. Wow, no, I'm talking about Battlefront.
Yes.
You guys are talking about something completely.
We are.
We fell back into Fallout 4. It's what we do.
Yeah, man.
That thing that we've done all week.
Yeah, absolutely. Love it.
Masturbate.
Yeah, that's.
That's what you were doing instead of playing Fallout. Sucker.
You didn't even have time to masturbate.
Battlefront Roundup reviews. Gentlemen, on me. OsGamers 90. Game Crate 83. IGN 80. Atomic 75. Game Rant 70. GameSpot 70. Washington Post 50. But
Ooh.
Washington Post.
Who the fuck cares?
And then you can get into user reviews. By the way, I'm using Metacritic because it's just the easiest way to round up things.
Yeah.
I mean, when you get to user reviews, people either give it a 10 or a 0 because that's just what they do.
That's
They're-
very true.
So I mean, Us Gamers gave it the highest rating. Star Wars Battlefront might not be terribly considerate of solo players, and its by design accessibility might deter DICE's hardcore Battlefront fans, but there's no denying the multiplayer is a hell of a lot of fun. And then from like Washington Post, with 5 tutorial missions, 9 multiplayer game types, and 2 single player modes spread across 12 maps, Battlefront feels massive, yet most of its modes wind up feeling like chores. So I mean,
That's unfortunate.
it sounds like a lot of mixed. It sounds like it's a mixed bag.
Well,
And
I heard an awful lot of 70s when you're going through
Yeah.
the critic reviews.
yeah,
Which I don't want to quantify 70 as a bad review, but in game reporting, it almost is. Especially
to some
for a
extent.
big name title like that.
sure.
70 generally shows good, not great.
You know, we discussed on this podcast itself a couple weeks ago the whole single player being,
Thrown
kind of
away.
shoved into the background, and I wonder if it's kind of coming back to bite him in the ass a little
What
bit.
I've read and seen of the game is that it's got 3 or 4 multiplayer modes that are a lot of fun, and then the other 4 or 5 are just
Yeah.
you can completely do away with them.
Really? Huh.
The only thing I know about it for sure, and this will hurt John a little bit, is it's doing better on the PS4.
How is that?
Because
Who cares?
we've talked about numerous times about how John doesn't understand how PS4 sells so much.
Well, I can tell you exactly how it's doing better on the PS4, and it's the same way everything else does better on the PS4. Every fucking commercial is like, blah 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 PS4.
You gotta
blah
hand
blah
it
blah
to
PS4.
Dave.
I mean,
Just that little sentence right there is
I saw that little report and I smiled. I thought of John.
it's marketing, man.
What's confused me about that about marketing, like Microsoft is marketing Fallout 4, which came out the exact same date as its exclusive, which is Tomb Raider, which are pretty much, they're not in competition, but if you had $60 and you went up to the counter on that Tuesday, honestly, which game did you walk away with? It was Fallout 4. It wasn't Tomb
Elevitz
Raider.
on the Wii.
Mm.
Remember that game? No?
you because not only
Anyway,
Patman,
at
not
some
only do you
point-
get a game in Elevitz, but you also have money left over for lunch of that $60.
Lunch.
You probably have $50 that you get a hella lunch.
Good times.
I do like hamburgers.
The hamburgers are good. What were we talking about?
Battlefront, I think.
Battlefront. We're done with Battlefront.
None of us have played it.
We haven't played it.
We'll let you know next week.
Let's just move
Maybe.
on.
Maybe.
Don't talk.
I like Chris's answer because it's absolutely true. Maybe.
He just talks over me.
Yeah, John's the host. Respect his authority.
What were you gonna say about-
Cartman Shades?
Deus Ex?
Deus Ex got pushed back 6 months from February 2016
Oh, that's great. That's awesome.
to August 2016. And
Hey, Steve, what are you doing over there?
originally I
Anyway?
wasn't going to talk
Giving
about
me moral
it, but-
support.
Oh, yeah. Clickety clink.
Originally I wasn't going to talk about it, but actually Pat changed my mind because you pointed out a very good point that shipping it on February, not really a big deal. Shipping it in August, kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
And
Explain that to people who don't understand why.
August is a big selling, not just August, but that time frame is a big selling time for games.
Absolutely.
You start getting into the holidays.
It also suggests that they have a lot of faith in this doing well.
Right, yeah. That's also true.
Also suggesting they need another 6 months to finish it.
Well, it says here, I
Yeah, but if they needed another
suggest.
if they needed just another 6 months to finish it, they would either rush it and get it done in 5, or they would tell them to take their time and get it done in 7 or 8, so that it wasn't releasing right when a bunch of big titles were going to be hitting shelves.
But you're assuming that people think logically.
No, I'm assuming that people think like game marketers.
False.
The two biggest quotes from this article is, "We're determined to deliver the best game we can, and we are sorry to disappoint you, but we don't want to compromise on its quality." So it sounds like they're just trying to make a good game.
There's plenty to play in the meantime.
Fallout
Yeah, Fallout.
until August.
Yeah.
Why play anything else?
Or just catch up on some old games you haven't played.
Fallout.
That's
Three.
that's
Right.
Ryan's answer because Ryan doesn't know.
The original Fallout, or Fallout 2, or Fallout 3, or Fallout New Vegas.
I am Falloutless.
We can change that.
You're fresh out of Fallout.
Fresh
How are you
out
gonna
of
change
Fallout.
that? Buy me a fucking PC that can run it, or an Xbox One?
The original Fallout, you have a computer that can run that.
Yeah.
I don't play the original Fallout.
I'm pretty sure his cell phone could run the original Fallout.
Yeah.
You're talking smack about a game that's not bad, man.
All I said is I didn't want to play the original Fallout.
Yeah.
But why not?
You're crazy.
Because I want to be with the times.
No.
You're never with the times.
I used to be with it.
Patman, you had something to say about Valkyria Chronicles? Or
Valkyria Chronicles.
Sure.
Oh, damn.
So the 4th game in the Valkyria Chronicles series has been announced by Sega, and I'm happy. I don't know about Crisco. I know he's. Did you ever play?
One of these days I'll finish the one.
You're killing me.
I forget every time I have free time. I forget.
You're killing me.
And now where's his free time?
Fallout.
Exactly.
So, Valkyria Chronicles, the original on PS4, or on PS3, which is getting re-released on PS4, is basically like an alternate universe World War II story.
Okay.
And it's a strategy game that uses a unique battle system that won't get into too deep, but it's the only game series that uses it. It's very unique to that series.
Okay.
But 1 and 2 came out in the States. 3 never got translated. So the announcement for 4 coming out is a big deal for anybody who's a fan of the series, which I am.
Well, is there a comp to this game? Like a
Comp?
is there a game similar or akin to this that maybe like if someone hasn't played this, if they've played
Comparable.
this or that?
Well, the graphic style is cell shaded, so it looks very cell shaded, like a comic would or a manga would.
Sure.
And then
Sounds like a Tales game, doesn't it?
it looks a little bit like a Tales game, which I mean, or
I like the look of
if
those
I were to
games.
compare the art,
Skies of Arcadia. It looks very Skies as well, but the battle system is it's a mix between third-person action with shooting with strategy with a strategy turn-based system. At the same
Sounds
time.
a little bit like Crisco.
I have no idea what you're prying from me for
Oh,
here. I'm
man.
not gonna lie.
He's played it. What would you describe the battle like if you were to try to compare it to something else?
If I
Isn't it like the game that you turned me on to? So far?
So
You know what? Is that's about as close as it gets.
Right. I was trying desperately for someone.
I'm
Not
like,
SOCOM. You're thinking XCOM.
XCOM.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, that's why.
Okay.
No, my
you
bad,
said,
Chris.
You said SOCOM, and I got even more confused.
Yeah, my bad.
I'm over here like.
No.
I played one SOCOM game in my life, and I hated it.
Yeah, you're thinking XCOM, and it's
that's what I
pretty
meant.
close.
That's what I meant.
Yeah,
It's sort of close.
yeah.
Insofar as you do have limited move for each character every turn, but while you're moving around, it's no kidding. You control character movement like 100%, and you can run wherever you like within your limited move range. But while
like
you're
Star
moving
Ocean?
around, enemies are going to be firing whatever weapon they have if you're in their line of sight at you.
Yep. And then when the enemy moves, your characters do the same. So you have to think defensively as much as you think offensively when planning your strategy.
Interesting.
It's a very interesting battle system that's has neither been recreated nor copied really anywhere else, which is why when 3 didn't get translated in the U.S., I was super bummed out.
I'm sorry.
But now that 4 has been announced, and they're re-releasing 1 on the PS4, 1 actually got a port to PC that was really, really well done. Here's hoping that 4 comes out in the States, and it looks really, really good. And it carries on this sweet, sweet tradition of delicious JRPG goodness.
I do love me some JRPGs.
And you know, Sega, when you're done with Valkyria Chronicles 4, maybe you could give us, I don't know, Skies of Arcadia 2, or Jet Grand Radio 3,
Or Dragon Force 2.
or Something That Doesn't Suck or Toe Jam and Earl 3, or, yeah, anyway.
That's a lot of shots.
None of that will ever
It's
happen.
3. He looked at the camera 3
3 times?
Yeah.
3 times?
That's
Sorry.
That's 4.
Yeah.
I'll take them
4
later.
shots. Not necessarily for you.
Did you not pay attention when we established that
He doesn't
that
know
was
where to find the
drinking
pie. He
game?
doesn't know where to find the video.
Facebook.com/IntheGameRoom.com/HTTPS.
So I'm gonna kick it to this side of the table now.
Woo! We can talk.
You guys actually, when I asked you guys to come up with something, you both came to the game room with actually the same sort of news topic.
We
So
did.
not sort of the same
same
news
The
topic.
exact same.
So I'm curious, what exactly do you guys have?
Chris?
Happy birthday, Super Famicom! Yeah!
25 years, baby! Yeah, clinkety clink. More support Steve in the corner.
Good job.
So yeah, Super Famicom, the Japanese version of the Super Nintendo, which is my personal favorite game console of all time.
Agreed.
So I'm not going to actually give memories of the Super Famicom because I've never actually played one or held one. I own one Super Famicom game, and that is Mother 2 or Earthbound in the States. 4, 5. But I figured we could maybe go around and just give some quick favorite Super Nintendo memories or moments or games. And Chris, since we kind of tag team this one, do you want to go foist?
If I were to classify or quantify a favorite Super Nintendo game of all time, it would probably be Secret of Mana.
Oh, fuck yeah, up top. Ugh, so good.
I've played through that game more times than I care to count, and
9.
it's
Are you insinuating
9 times.
9 times.
I don't remember him being sick 9 times.
it's well beyond
37.
9. And while you guys are having fun with your references over there, no, I've played through just tons of times, and I remember that game start to finish, and I've been bugging the rest of the game room guys to get a let's play of that for weeks. But
Yeah, I've seen that pop up in the chat several times.
My sister got a car. I got a computer.
How's that for being born under a bad sign?
It was another reference. That's
Same movie.
Yeah, what?
anyway,
I like it. Patman, do you have a...
I got a couple.
okay.
Particularly for me and Ryan, I can remember, and this might be just all in the same weekend. We played Super Mario All Stars in your living room, and your dad came out. I don't know how many times to the living room, screaming at the top of his lungs for us to go to bed. He walked out without just in his underwear once. Was he wearing socks? I don't remember.
I'm guessing no.
But that was one. I think that might have been our first all-nighter that we pulled playing video games because the sun came up and then we finally fell asleep.
Which game were we playing? Just all of them?
We were playing through 3, I think.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Because I remember he came out and yelled at us, World 2. And
That's early.
I think either you or I died to a chomp, and then he came out and yelled at us.
Wow, I'm actually really impressed that you remember that specifically.
Yeah.
To me, it's like...
You get traumatized when a middle-aged man comes out and yells at you in his underwear.
I swear, you could fart and that man would run out of his room with a baseball bat. Like,
Be like, dude, how do you ever get any sleep around here?
He's the lightest fucking sleeper in the world.
yeah.
I am
insane.
so glad I did not inherit that from him.
It's insane.
Yeah.
And then, favorite RPGs in that system, Breath of Fire 2, Chrono Trigger, Secret of Evermore. I preferred it over Secret of Mana, but... I'm the weird one.
More support Steve. I think I
More
agree
support
with you.
Steve.
You're not wrong. Secret of Evermore was
You liked Mana more than
and
Evermore?
I probably would have
You loved
preferred it
Evermore.
had I been introduced to it first.
You can speak, Steve. You don't have to
Yeah,
be
you can't not...
silent.
He said something.
Wait till the
Waiting my
camera's
turn.
turn.
Yeah.
Waiting
Oh,
my turn.
you're waiting your turn.
Oh, waiting your turn.
I like
Play.
it.
Alright.
And then, I'm trying to think if there's anything else. All my platformers, everything else I pretty much got on Sega, so... Breath of Fire 2 might be my favorite game on the console. It's between that, Chrono Trigger, and Super Mario All-Stars.
Quality.
Mikey, what do you got for us?
Well, I think I said it before, but Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past.
Oh, sure.
Introduced me to the Zelda franchise.
I'm a huge moron. Super Metroid. What am I thinking?
Oh, don't worry. I was pretty surprised.
yeah, what am I thinking?
Oh,
Sorry.
Link to the Past got me introduced into the Zelda franchise, which I still love to this day, for better or for worse. Other than that, because I was like Chris with that, I played through that game so many times. So many times. Star Fox. I love Star Fox.
There you go.
I never did beat it, but I still loved it.
I have a ton of games like that.
I was 10. Like,
Yeah, I was 10. I was young.
You can get tricky on the hard route.
I didn't know how the world worked.
I got most of the way through Star Fox, but I never did beat Andros. Anyway,
Wrong game.
Final Fantasy VI, which was 3 at the time, still one of my favorite RPGs of all time.
Hell yeah.
And it was on the SNES. That's pretty much all I got. There were other games, but those are the ones that really stick in the memory.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember Cool Spot?
I remember it, but
One
I
of the
never
better
liked
licensed games.
Yeah, this SNES game. So Chester the Cheetah.
Yeah.
Neither of those games were bad either.
No, they
That's
actually
a
were.
surprisingly high
They were
number
decent.
of food mascots had
Yeah.
their own games.
You don't know it?
Back around
We
there.
got Steve.
Oh, yeah.
We skipped
John
John.
first.
Oh, you were raising your beer like you wanted to speak.
Timer.
Oh no, you're fine.
Oh, okay.
This is
So much for the
two.
secret signal.
This is 2 and 1. No,
Yes, this one gets 10 minutes.
So, I'd have to say favorite game. It was probably the first one I ever played on Super Nintendo. I've told this story before on the site. Brother-in-law had rented the Super Nintendo back when you could do that sort of thing. And he had rented Joe and Matt Caveman Ninja.
Nice.
And it's probably still one of my favorite experiences. Just, I don't know, there was just something so arcadey about those games, and there's a reason for that, because a lot of those Super Nintendo games actually started off as arcade games that got ported.
Mm-hmm.
So, Joe and Mac for sure.
Nice.
Just that simple. Moral support Steve-O hidden in the corner. What do you got?
Well, I
Say hi to the camera.
You don't.
Hi.
Get out of there. Get out of there.
So I could piggyback on Chris and go with Secret of Mana because I've also logged countless hours into that game. But I don't know. I think one of the games I own now for Super Nintendo that I will love till forever is Plock. And, we had our discussion over the phone that never made it to fruition, but it's just such a unique game, and that was the kind of stuff that you saw on the Super Nintendo was unique games, and it was just so different and fun and colorful and just a good time. The music was amazing. That's another thing about the Super Nintendo that I remember most is they just had such a great sound chip. Oh my god.
Well, Sony actually made the sound chip for the Super Nintendo.
Well,
Yeah.
that's funny. But
Back in the day, Sony and Nintendo used to be good friends.
Yeah, they almost built a
true.
system
I
together.
wonder what happened.
Well, yeah,
there.
and then
Stabbed him in
the
the
not
back.
and then the not PS1 happened.
Sony was actually going to make bank on that deal. Like, they were going to make so much money on it.
I generally love Nintendo, but every time I hear that story about the Sony,
You're just like,
yeah, well, because I see it as
Fools.
Nintendo being like just the dicks. Like they stabbed Sony in the back and went to Philips, and then stabbed Philips in the back and was just like, never mind, don't even worry about it.
hey man, they're on top of the world, all right? They can do whatever they want. But yeah, I
And
don't
then
know.
Sony was
Look
like,
where that-
oh, do that to
that's all
us,
I
will you?
Well, we developed this anyway. Might as well sell it.
Right?
It was Steve's turn to talk.
it was. and Mike was just Capcom soundtracks. Both on NES and Super NES were the best.
Yes.
They were. Breath of Fire, Breath of
so
Fire
good.
2, Mega Man X, and all the Mega Man X games.
So good.
They are the ones with the best work on that chip.
You know, there's something to be said too about being almost limited to an extent with the technology that they had at the time.
Mhm.
You know, you could argue a lot of that music from that age, we all remember it so well. You could argue because they were so limited, they had to be more creative than what they are now. That's why music nowadays is few and far between as good as it used to be, because they're not challenged because of limitation.
I agree.
I think the perfect example of that, especially for Super Nintendo, was the game ActRaiser.
I knew it was going to come up.
ActRaiser was in the launch window of Super Nintendo. It wasn't a launch title, but what the composer of that game did with that sound chip was unreal. Like, I never heard anything that dramatic in a game until I plugged that game in, pressed the power button, and the fucking logo starts swirling, and you've been like, "Oh my god, this is the next level right here, man!" I can't. ActRaiser was the very first game, I think, to have a fully orchestral suite done by an actual symphony, and they performed it in Japan. It's gorgeous. If you guys haven't listened to it, I highly recommend it. But the Super Nintendo for me was like it. First of all, it's my favorite system of all time. Like nothing will ever top it. The caliber of games on this system, I think the only system that comes close is maybe PlayStation 2. Like that system is what got me into RPGs. There are so you trip over RPGs on the Super Nintendo. There's so
Super Nintendo is definitely the age of the RPG.
quality RPGs, and everyone's already mentioned a bunch. Earthbound, one of my second favorite game of all time.
Shot.
Yes, first being Super Metroid. Pat, you mentioned it, but
Yeah.
that's
Almost forgot about it.
yeah. I mean that. There's not enough I can say about Super Nintendo. I'm not going to take a lot of time up, but I'm just, 25 years to my favorite system. That's amazing. Quarter of a century. Woo!
Yes.
Boom! Happy birthday, Super Famicom / Super Nintendo / HTTP / in the game room Facebook.com.
He's so with it. I'm impressed.
Oh, thanks.
You know what else is
You
impressive?
blow my mind sometimes, you know that?
Do I?
Yeah, it's the stuff that comes out of your mouth. It's great.
Yes.
You know what else is impressive?
What's that?
These?
What Patman has set up for us today. So, as people can see in the video, there's a TV in the background, and what we're going to do
Look at that black
now
screen.
is we're going to take a minute and first have Patman explain now, or do you want to explain?
We'll explain when we get all set up.
Alright, so we're going to take a minute, we're going to set up, and then we're going to show everybody what we're doing.
It should be fun, hopefully.
Could we be breaking new ground?
It
No.
should be fun.
This has been done before?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
It's definitely been done before by far greater people than us. But we might be the first people to do it with video games. In a podcast with like 6 people in it.
So,
That's
everyone,
That's surprisingly specific.
everybody, pause.
Okay.
Unpause! And we're back. And today, Patman, as I said, has something very special set up for the game room. So, Patman, could you please explain what the hell is going on around
Time
here?
out. Do I have to start the video recording on the screen too?
What?
What?
To record
You will
the
have to
screen
hit
cap?
the record button.
Here. Okay.
Ah.
Yes, hit
Okay.
that first.
Alright, and then bring up the game.
You're adorable.
Okay. Alright. So,
That's a silly bitch.
I am a silly bitch.
I'm so
So-
excited.
So, messing around at work, I was thinking, what if we tried a game show here like the old timey days where they did game shows on the radio. But then we could throw some video in on it too.
Yes.
And why not? Fuck it. Let's just do Jeopardy. So I came up with a little Jeopardy game.
Awesome.
Is that recording now?
I hope so.
Should be.
Should be.
Where'd it go?
Record now.
Record.
Pre-cord.
Pre-chord.
Post-cord.
It's
Oh, yeah.
Okay. That's probably been capturing for hours. All right.
That's
Okay.
3, 2,
So-
1.
So again, start here. So we're gonna play a little game of Jeopardy. Everyone's familiar with the game of Jeopardy, I assume. Everyone knows the rules. But today, we're actually gonna play for some prizes.
Ooh.
Well, that's coming up. We'll bring that up in full screen. Third place wins an NES copy of Tetris.
All right.
Ooh.
All right.
Second place, an NES copy of Super Mario 3.
Oh.
And yes, if you're asking if these are all duplicates from my collection, that is true, they are. Grand prize is a brand new old Dreamcast.
Yes.
So these are the
No
prizes.
controllers or cords?
All
No,
right.
the one controller, all the cores you need.
Sweet.
So
Man.
that is what we're going with. As you can see, our categories are What a World, Mascots, Say Hello to the Bad Guy, and you get that thing being items in video games.
Okay.
I sent you?
Nothing specifically. Mike won the coin toss backstage, so he gets to choose first.
Son of a bitch.
Chris almost spit up everywhere.
I noticed. I'll take you get that thing for 100.
This item allows Samus to contort into a small ball in Metroid.
Ryan.
Morph ball. Or set your buzzers.
He didn't answer in the form of...
Oh, shit. Oh, you fucked it up. I was so excited.
Oh, so minus
Ryan,
100.
100 points in the hole.
Ah!
Hey man, I'm in it to win it.
And it was Metroid related.
We took 100 from you, but we'll go ahead and let you pick next.
All right, I'll take Say Hello to the Bad Guy for 100.
This man reprogrammed the robot servants that he and Dr. Light created
Mike,
to do his bidding.
You gotta wait till the question finishes,
What a
bro.
dick.
Oh!
No, that's not what we discussed.
That's not how Jeopardy works.
That's
You can
exactly how Jeopardy works.
You can buzz in it at any time.
I said you buzz and you wait to answer until I'm done reading the question.
Oh, man.
Dr. Wiley.
Dr. Wiley.
He didn't say the formal question!
No, I didn't.
Oh my goodness!
You're at minus
You guys
100.
are terrible at Jeopardy.
First place by merit of not sucking.
See, that's the thing. It's not that we don't know the answers. We just can't play the way you guys
You're just awful.
Chris.
It's only right.
Oh, good stuff. Mascots for 100.
Mascots for 100. Also known as Master Chief Petty Officer of the Navy, John 117, this soldier became the de facto star of the new Microsoft Xbox lineup in 2001. Crisco.
Who is Master Chief?
Master Chief for 100. Pick again?
What a world for 100.
Link explores and fights to defend this world in The Legend of Zelda. Right.
Where is Hyrule?
Where is Hyrule? It is.
Should have been what is Hyrule? I'm kidding, that's fine.
I'm gonna fuck you.
I will throw it at you.
Ryan, select.
I'll take, you get that thing for 200.
This pistol gives one-shot kills in 007 GoldenEye on Nintendo 64. Mike.
The golden gun. What is the golden gun?
No, on the show they let you correct yourself. I swear they do.
Alright. You're lucky.
I would have taken the loss if the judge had said so.
Mike, you select?
Let's go. You get that thing for 300. Change up the formula a little bit.
These restore your health in Battletoads, but that still means nothing if you can't get past the speeder stage.
Or flies.
Flies.
I'll take What a World for 200.
Earth is the target of invasion in this 2012 space opera sequel. Right guy.
What is Mass Effect 2?
No.
Who?
Crisco.
What is Mass Effect 3?
Correct.
I wasn't sure.
You're off by 2 years.
I realized it right as he buzzed in. I was sitting there trying to think which one released in what year.
Crisco, do you select?
Mascots for 300.
Mascots for 3. The Daily Double. How much would you like to wager? How much does he have?
300, I think.
Mr. Crisco has 300 points to wager.
You can wager up to 500 per Jeopardy rules.
Let's do 200.
200. Known for his distinct waka waka sound as he eats, he has been one of the most popular video game characters since his creation in 1980.
Who is Pac-Man?
Who is Patman?
Softball.
Yeah, no
Super
kidding.
softball.
It's a daily double. It's supposed to be challenging.
It's randomized.
Oh, is it?
Well, that's
So-
Oh well.
So then
Yeah, he gets 200 for that question.
okay.
And you select again.
Mascots for 5.
going big.
Created by the developers of Uncharted and The Last of Us, this character was PlayStation's first legit attempt at a mascot. Mike.
What is Crash Bandicoot?
Correct.
I almost forgot after I
I
buzzed.
was
I saw it in your face, and I'm like, oh yes.
Your pick.
Let's go. You get that thing for 400.
These types of units are the only units that can capture cities in advanced wars. Crisco.
What is infantry?
Correct.
Damn it.
Half a second.
Hold on. What's the one you got right? How many points was that? Was it you get that thing?
What was the answer?
It was what? Where's Hyrule?
Flies.
Oh, and flies.
I think that was you get
flies.
that thing for 3.
That was 3, yeah.
So, okay.
Yes.
Alright, we're good.
Wait, who got that?
Mike.
Me.
Mike.
The Chris.
Crisco got it.
Got it.
I don't know.
Wasn't even
Go ahead.
close.
Chaos.
My fault.
You get that thing for 500.
This item is Gordon Freeman's melee weapon
Damn
of
it.
choice in Half-Life. Crisco.
What is the crowbar?
Correct.
Damn it.
Crisco, you select.
Mascots for 200.
Reiko Nagase, the idol character and race queen of this series, was so popular she had a sister in developer Namco's Ace Combat series as well.
Wow.
I don't know that one.
I have no idea.
Patman, this feels like a level 500.
This is a question for Patman.
I feel like this is a Pac-Man specific question.
The answer we were looking for was Ridge Racer.
Ridge Racer.
Ridge Racer!
It's Namco's only racing series.
I couldn't have told you that.
No, me either.
I might have played Ridge Racer for like 5 minutes. And
Hangman World Rally. You're wrong.
Okay.
Oh!
Next time we play, you come up with it. Chris, go again.
Mascots for 400.
Before Sonic the Hedgehog, Sega used this character as its unofficial mascot and gave him a number of releases on the Sega Master System.
Who was
Right
Wonder
guy.
Boy?
No.
Oh my god. I think I know it now.
I'm pretty sure I do,
Beep, beep,
but I
beep.
don't want to waste the points.
The answer we were looking for was Alex Kidd.
Oh! Brutally close.
Yeah.
Ryan, you just lost like
as-
a bunch of points. You kept buzzing in.
Well, he did lose some points for the wrong answer.
Yep. Crisco?
What a world for 300.
The player battles rival gangs in this Florida city in The Godfather Part 2.
Could be any.
What is Miami?
Correct.
Just because it's the only city that everybody knows in Florida.
No, it's because Miami actually, they're part of Godfather 2 took place in Miami.
Yeah, it's in the movie too. The
Yeah.
game comes off the movie, it's fine.
Should have done that.
Mike, you select?
Let's go Waterworld for 400.
Cloud and company pal around in this city before adventuring beyond its walls in Final Fantasy VII.
Where is Midgar?
Where is Midgar?
Chris is running away with this.
Feels like it should have been a 100 question.
That's only because I played it a bajillion times.
Coming down to your final category, Patman, would you like to know where everybody stands at the moment?
Sure.
So, at 1,800, we have Crisco, the leader.
Uh-huh.
With 800, we have Mikey.
Oh no, I'm losing.
With negative 100. Yes! We have Right Guys.
At this point in the game, too, Alex would go around and introduce each person.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
You guys have a prize over for the Bradford Exchange.
Ryan doesn't know how to buzzer.
It's the first time.
Yeah, it's the first time. All right, who was the one? You got it?
Yeah.
Talk again.
Waterworld for 5.
The Lilac system is in danger in this Nintendo shoot 'em up series.
What is Star Fox?
Correct. Ryan, select.
Say hello to the bad guy for 200.
Ness and friends defeat this final antagonist in Earthbound. Right guy.
Who is Gygus?
Correct.
I don't know. Did he pronounce that correctly?
Yes.
I know. Fucking.
Say hello to the bad guy for 300.
This man heads the Mihima Zaibatsu company and is the quote-unquote villain of the Tekken series.
No!
I
can't risk it.
Yeah.
I can't risk it.
31,000, 400,000. Boop, boop, boop. The answer we were looking for is Hayachi. Kazuma is his son.
I
thought
knew
of
that,
Hayachi,
but I couldn't remember which one actually controlled the company.
I couldn't remember if Hayachi was a good guy or bad guy.
Say
I don't
hello-
play Tekken.
Say hello to the bad guy for
Neither
400.
one is explicitly a good guy. But Hihachi actually,
Things get complicated, to be sure, between Booker DeWitt and this man in Bioshock Infinite.
Who is Zachary Comstock?
Correct.
Hey, that says Zachary Hale Comstock.
I would have taken Comstock.
judges, sir.
He's good.
All right.
Final question.
Yes.
He is the ultimate bad guy in seminal shooter Wolfenstein. Right guy.
Who is Hitler?
Correct.
These random questions seem awfully like
What?
they should be randomized, but within their like number range, shouldn't they?
I personally just spattered it all over the place.
Okay.
All right,
You
gentlemen.
all over the place.
Oh.
Ooh.
We have come up to Final Jeopardy. Since the category won't show up here on the screen, I will tell you the category is Founder. Founder.
Okay.
Please place your wagers, and we'll be right back after this message. Go ahead and read off their totals to them.
Okay. So, Crisco, you have 1,800 you can wager. Or can you only wager up?
No, it's 18.
No.
You
You have 1,800. Rye Guy with an impressive
Comeback.
Right at the end.
You are at 1,500.
Nice.
All right.
Mikey, you're at 8.
Okay. Hitting those fucking easy ass 500 pointers.
Now, when you guys are writing down your answers, just kind of turn away from one another. Don't be dicks.
Sure.
Place whenever you guys are done with your wagers. Let me know.
It's like when you played split screen.
Yeah, don't
look at my screen! Don't look at my side!
Don't be a dick.
Do we have to tell you what we're going to wager now?
No, you write it down and
Oh,
then
yeah.
you tell us at the end.
Of course. Jeopardy.
It's like you guys have never seen this show.
To be fair, I haven't watched Jeopardy in like 20 years.
It means nothing to me. Everybody got their wagers?
Yep.
Yep. Alright. For all the marbles.
Nice.
Founder of Electronic Arts in 1982, this man went on to also found 3DO in 1991 and game development company Digital Chocolate in 2003.
Uh-oh. It looks like only Crisco doesn't really...
I'm not looking at him. Come on.
Yeah, you cheater. Shut up.
I'm sure I'm wrong.
I don't even have an answer, so.
I'm sure I'm wrong.
Alright. Third place, Mike,
I
with
got
800.
nothing. I got nothing. I bet 800.
Show the camera you have nothing written down. Alright. His wager's 800, leaving him with 0. In second place, Ryan with 1,500. Your answer was?
My guess was Trip Hawkins for 500.
That is correct. Trip Hawkins.
Oh!
Oh! Uh-oh. This is gonna get interesting.
Finally, Crisco with 1,800.
Oh!
What did you answer?
Wagered 151.
I don't know that. Star Wars is what it says.
What does that leave Crisco with?
Well, if Crisco had 1800 and he wagered 151, didn't get it right,
1649.
still less than the 2,000 points that Ryan has.
Oh!
Ryan pulls it out at the end.
Our winner is Rye Guy.
Oh man.
Enjoy that Dreamcast.
So then, I believe first place was the Dreamcast.
A brand new.
A brand new old ass Dreamcast.
Dreamcast.
Hey, it's just the thing here.
Second place,
I don't have it.
Super Mario Brothers 3.
Oh
Mr.
yeah.
Crisco. And Mikey, you get Tetris.
Thanks.
I guess.
It's a good game.
It's a solid game.
It's a solid-
I just don't own an
solid
NES.
game.
Don't dress up your loss. So, gentlemen, that wraps up
That was fun.
this podcast. I think it was a lot of fun,
That
actually.
was really fun.
I'm going to have to say, this was Patman's idea, this little
Way to go,
Jeopardy
Patman.
game.
Yeah,
That's good stuff.
That was good.
Round of high
was
fives,
good.
that also works. I like it. So, with that being said, I only got one question left for you guys.
I don't know what it could be.
I never
What the
know what it is.
Hell, do you want the outro to be?
Rye Guy's here. Let's get him to do it.
Oh, yeah, hey! What's up, buddy?
Hey!
I think you should do the outro.
Okay, I'll do the outro. You ready?
Do it.
Alright. And remember, kids, it's dangerous to go alone. Take this podcast with you!
That was a good one. That was
Yes.
a good one.
High fives! High five! High five! High five! Crisco! High five! High five! Yeah! Mike, get it! Smith! I can't believe I got Trip Hawkins.
Someone.
I'm glad somebody did. I'm glad somebody did.
That was me.
Somebody here's read a little video game history besides me.
As I said, once Ryan said it, I clicked.
clicked
I
in your
recognized the
Trip
name.
Hawkins.
But
When I saw you were writing it down, I'm like, yes. Yes,
I
somebody
love,
got
but
it.
Chris's answer was probably
Chris's
the best.
answer was awesome.
It was the best.
I wish he hadn't got it so you could win on that,
I knew I was either gonna win on it or go out with style.
but alright, so I know the questions weren't exactly where you'd expect them to be for points.
Mhm.
I didn't want to make it that obvious.
Sure.
Plus I didn't know everyone's range of what they would know. I thought for sure someone would know